Hi there, welcome back. So today's video we were going to try and make these macrame style star decorations for Christmas trees, but it sort of evolved a bit because it didn't work, but you'll see what I mean, or you've seen from the thumbnail. So this came as just in a little package, like a little kit from a local craft shop. You can probably find them online and so on. A pair of sharp scissors and a tape measure required as well. Now, word to the wise, there's only pictures. There's no actual written instruction. There's no note on here on these. I mean, this is just in what we picked up. I mean, that might not be in the kit that you get, but there was no real detailed written instruction or names of the knots that you use that you could refer to. However, if you can do macrame and you are, I would say this is probably more, this is not beginner level. This is more your intermediate level, just purely because it's quite fiddly and because you've got to be able to recognize it just from the pictures rather than with written instruction too. So what you can see Wayne doing here is measuring out lengths of the string. This is the string that came with it. Now, there's nothing to stop you from using jute string or ribbon if you want to use ribbon, or actual macrame cord. Totally up to you what you use and the colorway you use. This to be honest, this kit was so cheap. I mean, it was, you know, £2 or £3, so we weren't expecting a lot from it, but we thought, you know, let's try it, let's see, you know, we'll give you our honest opinion. So he's cut a number of lengths there following the instructions, and then he's cut another length of the cord or the string. And the idea is, I think he's doing the second picture, is that you have one length of cord horizontally, like that. I'm going to call it cord, although I know it's string. And then all the others you fold in half, and then you make, I think this is called a lark's head knot. Apologies if it's not. But you make a loop and then underneath, and then you pull it through. So you've got that kind of thing going on. Obviously, if you need to stop, pause the video, watch it again, then please do. Plus, please forgive me, I am not the macrame whiz in our family. That would be Wayne, who you can see doing the demo today. Although he said, this tries patience a little bit, this one. It really did. But we quite love macrame. We quite like it. We've got pot hangers that Wayne has made, which look lovely. I mean, there's all sorts of things, wall decorations, shopping bags. Does anybody, if you're a child who grew up in the 70s and early 80s, you might remember those holy shopping bags. Anyway, here's a bit more of a close-up so you can see what he was doing. He's got the two cut end parts then, underneath that horizontal piece of string, and then pulling it through the one with the loop. Can you see that there? And I believe, as I said, that's called a lark's head knot. If you've joined us today for the video, thanks for joining. Give us a thumbs up. Do you like doing macrame? What have you made before? Have you made anything like this? Or do you have macrame in your home? I mean, I must admit, a big part of me would love one of those lovely wall hangings that I keep seeing people making. And then I keep saying to Wayne, well, you know, you could do that. You could do that. But it's a bit like everything at the moment. I don't know if you're like us. We're quite busy preparing our own home for Christmas and things, and obviously doing videos to bring to you. That when it comes to things like, oh, yeah, that would be nice. It's sort of added to the list. The virtual list that is forever growing for us. And of course, we're renovating our home as well. So, you know, it is what it is. So my apologies. There's no footage of how he got from the stage you saw before to this stage where he's got a length of knots. He's now just showing you, referring back to the instructions, poor man, of what use they were, trying to figure out how you make more of, I think, the points part of the star shape. So he switched over to a macrame board. We could not find, it was very frustrating, couldn't find the pins that we used to use. I think they're called T pins. T because they've got a T-shaped top to them. If you've got one of those in a macrame board, use them. They are invaluable when it comes to trying to make this type of thing, or just general macrame patterns, bracelets, anything really, apart from the wall hangings obviously. But yeah, so he's just trying to study that, looking at, well, how on earth do they make these, and referring to the pictures, and casting his mind back to when he used to do a lot more macrame style pieces. Poor man. YouTube, the wonderful world and encyclopedia of YouTube, did come to mind as well for him and helped him out greatly. But as you can see, he's made some sections there using, and I think that's a D-shaped knot he's used. So he's repeated that a few times. Then there's a gap, which makes like a circular loop gap, which you're just seeing him doing now. Bits of this video, of course, if you've already noticed, have been sped up because it took a bit of a while to do this. He actually admitted to me he did it and undid it and did it and undid it 2 or 3 times before he was completely happy with what he'd actually made. And again, he wasn't 100% happy, but this particular bauble and the alternative one that he's going to show you at the very end, that he made, the second one he made, he was a lot more happy with, and said, yeah, you know, there's ways that he would probably adapt it to suit him. So as you can see, he's made the bigger loops, and now he's going on, he's just trying to draw them in together. The idea is that you make, these would be the pointed parts of your star shape pattern. And yeah, as I said, I think it really tested his patience. So if you've joined us today to watch, thank you for joining. This is not the kind of craft video we'd normally upload. We specialise really in epoxy resin, eco resin, a bit of upcycling, maybe the odd bit of air dried clay, and we take part in collaborations with other artists as well. Quite like the idea of upcycling pieces too. If you don't know what I'm talking about there, check back to our playlist, and we've done something recently using a stand that we bought from IKEA. Cost about £5 and then spent about another £5–10 in materials, and yeah, made a very nice elegant stand that you could have for a pot plant, candles, maybe a little cake, something like that, or muffin that you want to present to somebody, or as part of a centerpiece decoration for tables and so on. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel, why not do so? It's free to do so. We upload videos usually when we're not doing Christmas, Craftmas or Vlogmas or whatever you want to refer to as. Normally twice a week on a Friday and a Sunday at 5 PM UK time, lasting anywhere from 10 minutes to half an hour, depending on what we're doing, what we're trying to show you, and so on. So yeah, also hopefully we will be going back to doing 3 videos a week. Sorry, I just noticed the video stopped them for a bit. I don't know quite what was happening there. Going back to doing 3 videos a week from about February, March next year, when hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, majority of our house renovations will be done, which will be good. So we're hoping also to feature a couple of pieces where we've upcycled furniture, and we'll show you the process and progress of those in upcoming future videos. So he's continuing on, he's doing a bit more of the pattern there, and it is getting bigger and bigger. It's getting a bit like I want to say like a hat or a crown sort of shape to it, which is great. You know, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, but again, he wasn't completely happy with the spacing of the different styles of knots and loops. So he just said to me, he said, you know, this is the 3rd attempt. If I'm happy with it, then I will leave it. I'm not going to unpick it again. And I said, no, of course not. So just bear this in mind. If you get anything like this and you've never done macrame before, this probably isn't for you. I would say this is intermediate level, although not everybody would agree with us. I understand that. If you want something more beginner level, have a look at doing the single band style bracelet sort of thing, that sort of thing. And you can see all sorts of patterns for that on the internet. Now, he put that to one side, and then we have plastic see-through baubles. They come apart. He took them outside into our garden, so a well-ventilated area, and sprayed them with some spray paint. Not sure quite what happened with that. They came out with a matte finish rather than a shiny finish. But I mean, that's okay, because to be honest, from this viewpoint now, they look a bit more like flocked. Like they've been flocked, but they haven't. It's just the way the spray paint has gone and dried. And then just gluing them back together using a little bit of activated glue or super glue. I would recommend using one of those two. We did try PVA, but it was very messy and didn't really work. Now we want to try and hide the join where the two pieces of bauble meet together. So cut a length of this lovely silver ribbon, and there's so many different types of ribbons available at the moment that you can buy. And yeah, just cut it to length. Use the glue gun. Love the glue gun. I love this glue gun because it's gold. The man with the golden gun came in, as it were, and stuck the ribbon down. And then he repeated the process. Just cut it to size. There we go. Made sure it was all nicely stuck. Applied a bit more glue where it was needed, and then repeated the process, going from one side to the other around the middle part of the bauble. I like that. There we go. So you can see he's done it again, going the other way around. Now we're trying to put on what I think actually looks like a very ornate hairnet over this bauble. Yeah, as I said, it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but I do actually quite like it. So he's just positioning this, trying to pull it and manipulate it, so he's happy with it. And then he's going to twist and turn and secure all these bottom threads together. And then he is going to tie a bit more of that silver ribbon. The best way to secure it probably is to do what he's doing here. And then either if you've got a piece of thin like floristry wire or maybe an elastic band, secure it. And then he'll apply his finishing decoration. Now, what we're actually showing you here now, and there's no footage of him making this, but this is an alternative. So can you see he's made it some different colours, popped some little beads on the end there, which I love. And did it more in the greens and golds. Obviously, if you've got a greens and golds, greens and reds. I keep saying golds and greens. Greens and reds even, Laura. And you could put it on a green bauble if you wanted to. Don't forget to attach some beautiful ribbon to the tops so you can hang them from your trees. And there we go. The baubles in all their glory. If you've watched us today, thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you again very soon for another craft video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.